Hello everyone and welcome to another Beast Quest retrospective video. Today we're finally on Series 9, The Warlock's Staff. And if you've been on this channel long enough, you know that my opinion on it depends on which beast we talk about for this series. So with Series 9, The Warlock's Staff, we do have 6 beasts to talk about. As will be the case for the next few retrospectives that I do. But okay, I need to shut up now. So, starting off, we have Ursus the Clawed Roar, Minos the Demon Bull, Karaka the Wind... Okay, I'm leaving that in the video, but that was an actual mistake. So, long story short, I was... Right, sorry about that, but to explain what happened, the last video I did, I talked about both of these beasts, and, oops, and, with that, I was putting the books away, wasn't exactly looking at them, paying much attention, obviously. I was a bit zoned out watching program. Posters are right behind me over there. So that's what I was watching. Not going to say what it is because it's not exactly family friendly. So if you can read what that says on the posters, then okay, good for you. But I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to encourage people to watch it when I know the majority of my audience is under the age of 18. So basically, when putting these away, I wasn't paying full attention to where I was putting these, and obviously confused Leptica for Karaka. So in all fairness, they're all right next to each other in the ranking, like this. So yeah, with the colours of the spines looking very similar as well, I just mentally blanked and thought Karaka was Leptica. So yeah, little mistake on my part, but yeah, we're going to pause the video and we're going to try this intro again. Let's try that again. Hello everyone and welcome to a Beast Quest retrospective video. This seems a bit of deja vu here. Okay, so take 2. Today we're talking about Series 9, The Warlock's Staff. And we are going to be going through the 6 beasts I was introduced on it. If you know my opinion on Series 9, it really depends on which beast we're talking about. Because I have a positive opinion on most beasts and a negative opinion on others. So with that, let's introduce the beasts. We got Ursus the Clawed Roar, Minos the Demon Bull, Karaka the Winged Assassin, actually is Karaka this time, Silver the Wild Terror, Spikefin the Water King, and Torpix the Twisting Serpent. So nice we actually got through the names of all these beasts for once now. And with this retrospective, I am going to be trying something different that I've been doing in my previous videos, but this will be the first time on a retrospective video, where I'll be cutting away to talk about each book individually, and see how that works out there, because then, oh yeah, going to see how that works there, because I'm sure it beats just a still image of me just staring at me talking about one book and constantly holding it up, or talking about one book and then putting it down, and then you don't know when I move on to the other one. Yeah, if you like the way that I've been doing videos recently, please leave in the comments below that if you do or don't. If you don't, that's fine. I'll go back to the normal status quo I've been doing. But yeah, we're going to try it with Series 9, The Warlock's Staff. So with that, let's get into this. So starting off Series 9, we have Ursus the Clawed Roar. Book number 49 of the entire series, and okay starter story-wise. But being the beast reviewer, I need to talk about it beast-wise. Design, it is just a bigger version of a brown bear. I do like the additional rings that you got around its ears, which kind of links to its name, and also a Pokemon equivalent to it being Ursaring. So okay, that's nice, I guess. That's probably just me being a bit sad when it comes to knowing about Pokemon. But abilities is pretty much what you expect from a bear, where it's not exactly that impressive. And the fight isn't really much to write home about either, to where it is kind of boring. So, unfortunately, not a positive review on Series 9 so far. And nothing really much to say about it other than, yeah, this is a bad start to what is, in my opinion, quite a good series. So, yeah, not a great start. bad beast, in my opinion. It sets up the story well, but I don't even know if the story is that good either. Gonna need to ask Lucas on that one. When slash if he gets to the Series 9 retrospective. Book number 2 is Minos the Demon Bull. This is the 50th book to be released by Beast Quest for the main series, and on the old cover, it does make a note of that, being around here, saying the 50th Beast Quest book. I do wish I did get the old covers, but this was when I started recollecting the series. I already had Ursus at the time, and I bought the versions of the Series 9 books individually, in case you couldn't tell, hence why half the series with the old covers and half the series with the new covers. It is triggering my OCD, but I do not really. I don't think it's bothering me enough to actually go out there and get the old covers for the Series 9 Beasts. I probably will eventually, but then I'll have an extra copy of Minos, Karaka, and Spikefin. So I don't know what I'll do with that. But yeah, anyway, talking about Minos, design is much better than Ursus because it is a bigger version of a bull, like Ursus' bigger version of a bear. However, for Minos, though, I kind of like its design because there is actual notable changes with Minos's appearance. The horns on his hooves, the extra horn on his head, the pattern on his side horns coming out of his nose, the blue fog coming out of his eyes, and the mace on his tail, and the spikes going along his back. Sorry, I had to breathe there. Lots of things to note about this book. Well, the design anyway. The abilities, I'm afraid there isn't really much to say about it, which makes it a bit upsetting. But anyway, you can't be perfect, can you? I'm sure there is something great to note about Minos' abilities, or fight for that matter, but the only thing I noticed about the fight which was worth noting is like a rodeo, which is a different change of pace, but compared to previous fights which had a change of pace, this one isn't the best. I do want to appreciate Minos, I really do. But for now, I just need to say, hey, yeah, along with Ursus, it starts Series 9 off on not such a good level. Book number 3 of Series 9 is Karaka the Winged Assassin. This one actually does start Series 9 to be an alright series, actually, making it more better because instead of an animal that's transformed, it is now a human. And if you've been watching Lucas's channel, you would know his opinion on Karaka. And if you've been watching my channel, you know my opinion on Karaka is completely different. I personally really like Karaka for the design looking quite, well, great actually. Almost reminded me of like a god of some sort. I can't really explain which god, but yeah. You also got the abilities, having a spear or trident, flight, agility, durability, sharp claws, sharp fangs, and heck, even the horns look quite intimidating as well. Yeah, and the fight was the first fight in my Beast reviews to get a 10 out of 10, which is a rare thing I dish out, actually. So for Karaka to be the first one to get it, I feel that is to be of some note to know that, hey, I do appreciate this beast and actually really like it. Anything else to mention about this beast is that I do think this is an underrated book of Series 9 and should get more appreciation. And I would say this is where Series 9 starts to get good. Book number 4 is Silver the Wild Terror. Probably one of the better books of Series 9. Definitely one of the best books of Series 9, sorry. With intimidating design for just a giant wolf. Despite actually being a giant version of Silver, which, yes, I complained about Ursus being a giant version of a brown bear, this one actually looks intimidating. And then you got the abilities, which are what you'd expect. So, okay, starts off kind of bad. But then you get to the fight, which just, in my opinion, brings this book back to make it one of the better beasts of the series. Even though the fight didn't go up into the air, didn't get a 10 out of 10 by any means, it's still a great fight because of that personal link for Tom and Alina fighting their animal companion. Especially Alina, someone who had Silver since when he was a pup, I think. I think that's what a baby wolf is called. So that personal attachment is there, and that's what makes it good. I do enjoy this fight. The art isn't the best, but ultimately though, Silver may not have much to his abilities, but it's his intimidation factor on the design and the fight more than makes up for it, making Silver one of the better beasts of this series by a long shot. Moving on. Book number 5 is Spikefin the Water King. So for me, this beast is on the same level as Karaka when it comes to greatness, with a trident as the weapon of choice. This one has similar to Karaka there, but instead of in the air, is in the sea. So already better. This one was also a human that was transformed into a beast like Karaka. So lots of comparisons for Karaka, yet they're polar opposites and they're both great. Design looks intimidating and great. You see gas coming out of his mouth, but there's actually nothing to do with gas when it comes to Spikefin's ability, so don't know why that's there. But he looks almost, if not more intimidating than Karaka. Then you go to his abilities, where literally every part of his fins, tail, claws, everything is sharp and dangerous. His agility in water is great. And then we move on to his fight, where the fight is in such a claustrophobic environment to where you're like, oh god, this is such a great fight. I do enjoy the fights in claustrophobic environments because it restricts movement, and yet Spikefin was able to move so well in it. So yeah, honestly, great book for Spikefin. So yeah, that's all I can really say about that one. And of course, the final book of Series 9 is Torpix the Twisting Serpent. And what can I say about this beast that hasn't already been said? Despite being a simple design and a giant snake, I adore this beast's design. I love the shade of green. I love the fiery orange in his eyes. Even the shade of yellow on the underbelly is great. Abilities are simple but effective, especially with the acid jet. And the fight was also very good as well. There's really no negatives I can really say about Torpix. If there is a negative, I would say that there isn't many abilities and the fight isn't the best fight in this series. But it doesn't defeat how great of a beast Torpix is. And yeah, Torpix is the only beast in Series 9 that is an actual beast and wasn't an animal or human that transformed into it. So already a notable moment here. But then you get to see what Torpix's job is. For the story, Malvel and Petra went to Seraph to try and find the eternal flame so Malvel can gain infinite power and take over Avantia and all the other realms. Only when he got to the eternal flame, he came across one opponent. That one opponent ate him, and that was Torpix. Torpix's job, the only job he has in Seraph, is guarding the eternal flame. He can protect the citizens of Seraph, but when it comes to Seraph being in danger, his priority is and will be the eternal flame. Honestly, what an important job Torpix has, which makes him one of the, well, definitely, in my opinion, the best beast of this series. Beast-wise, Torpix prevails, making it fantastic. And with that, that is the retrospective. That was relatively quick compared to what previous retrospectives have done. However, I would say that it was still an alright retrospective. There wasn't really much to say about some of these beasts because I don't really have much to say about them. But as a conclusion, though, Series 9, in my opinion, is actually quite a good series. Would I say it's the best? No. Would I say it's one of the best? Probably not. But I would hold it in high regard on a beast perspective wise, as 2/3 of it is actually quite good, and a third of it is fantastic. That's half of the 2/3, which is good. The last remaining third isn't that great, but I wouldn't say they're awful. Only one I would say is a bad beast, and the other had potential and can gain more potential. So it's filled with potential with all of these beasts except one. And that is, of course, my opinion. If you do happen to have something positive to say about all of these beasts, let me hear it, please. I want to appreciate this series because one of my favourite beasts of all time is from this series, as well as one of Lucas's favourite beasts of all time. So I'd love to hear your opinions on what makes Series 9 great. So hopefully it can move up in my personal ranking opinion and Lucas's personal ranking opinion. Because I would like to see him show more love for Series 9, because I believe Series 9 is quite low on his lists when it comes to series rankings. But I think it's actually a great one. Now, on to the ranking. We do have my least favourite. So we're going to start off my least favourite being Ursus the Clawed Raw. This is really no surprise. It does have a bit of a great reference to his name. With the scientific name for a brown bear having the word Ursus in it, that it does have a nice link to that. And I believe Ursus I believe the word Ursus also has a link to the moon as well. So yeah, there is a good analogy around Ursus's name, which makes him kind of interesting. But then you go on to the next beast, and there's also a bit of scientific notice behind his name, which makes Minos more interesting as well. And Minos already looks interesting, and then you got his name to add on as well, and you're like, oh, okay, potential, more potential. However, to me, Minos is still a little bit of missed potential because of how forgettable he can be to some extent. I do think Minos does deserve more recognition. However, I don't believe I'm the guy that can give more recognition for Minos. In fourth place, we have Spikefin the Water King. Now, I do enjoy Spikefin. However, I see this beast as, to the Beast Quest community, having a fair amount of recognition and getting the recognition he deserves, the respect he deserves. Whilst the other beast, which I would say is equal to him, which is my third place pick, Karaka, doesn't get that recognition as much. So I only put Karaka up higher because I think she does deserve more recognition because she is a great beast. The only reason why I know Lucas doesn't like this beast is because of a plot hole of a basket that was introduced in book 2 and then disappeared in book 3. So yeah, I don't see why that's Karaka's fault, but yeah, Karaka's his least favourite book of this series because of that. And from when I last spoke to him about Karaka, I believe it was his least favourite of the entire Beast Quest book series. So yeah, a bit of a weird grudge to hold over Basket, but I'm not the one to judge. I do have my grudges with Beast for some reason as well. But for me, Karaka is on a Beast level fantastic, and is only good because of what restricts her is actually, compared to the remaining two beasts of Series 9, Karaka hasn't done great in Battle of the Beasts at all. Whereas the last two books have been in Battle of the Beasts twice, like Karaka has. Well, one has been in there once, but Karaka's been in Battle of the Beasts, so has the other beasts of Series 9. However, they all didn't do great. But then you get to these top two, and they both did very well. The one that did ever so slightly worse, but participated in 2 tournaments, is Silver the Wild Terror. So, the only reason why I don't have Silver as my number 1 favourite beast of this series is because of, well, his lack of abilities. And yes, I'm aware that's that's out of his control and not really his fault, but ultimately though, if I have a problem with Ursus being just a brown bear with the same abilities that a brown bear would have, Silver's going to have the same abilities that a wolf has, and that's what would drag him down. I wouldn't say that's a negative though, because he does execute his abilities better, but it's just a giant wolf. Still intimidating though, and still worthy of second place because of his achievements that he's made in Battle of the Beasts that boosts him higher, making him, in my opinion, a great beast which is leagues better than Karaka and Spikefin. Would Karaka and Spikefin probably overtake Silver in the future? Maybe, but chances are most likely no. The beast which has always been my favourite of Series 9 though, and will stay to be my favourite, with no one telling me otherwise, is Torpix the Twisting Serpent. This beast has first of all, a very important job, and in my opinion, the most important job of the entire Beast Quest series. So that's one thing to say about Torpix. And then you go on to the fan-made series of Battle of the Beasts, where Torpix won the first ever series, or the first ever tournament, which is another achievement in its own right, because apart from winning what is, in my opinion, the worst tournament I hosted, it's also great to see, because yes, he won the worst tournament I hosted, but it also showed, being the first winner, that solidifies you as a standout beast for this fan-made tournament which has been created. So being the first winner gives you that, name carved in stone kind of thing. And it's better to see that Torpix was that winner. I stand by my decision of letting Torpix win over Crestor, and I don't regret it for a second, actually. So, yeah, Torpix is also one of my favourite beasts of all time, and it's not even close, to be honest. Whilst I say that Silver and Torpix are leagues better than the other beasts of Series 9, I can agree with Lucas on that. But what I say as well is that Torpix is another league better than Silver. And that's just the best way to say it. I do see the greatness in Silver. However, what his flaws, which I mentioned in this video, are what pulls him down for me on a beast perspective. So I'm afraid that is just my opinion there. But hold on, come on. It's still not a bad beast. So I think to save me from rambling on and you're just staring at me talking about utter nonsense, I'm going to end the video now saying that Series 9, good series in my opinion, needs more recognition for the beasts, especially Karaka, and just I want to hear people saying how much they like Series 9, because I like Series 9. I want to find more reasons to be like, yes, this deserves to be one of the best seasons of all time. At the moment, this is kind of ironic considering it's nearly Christmas. I'm losing my kind of faith in Series 9 of where I'm thinking, is it really that good? I still believe Series 7's the best and Series 24 is second, but then after that, it's just a free-for-all. Sometimes I see Series 9 being the third best, other times I see it being the middle of the road. I'm losing my faith and belief in Series 9, and that's not a great thing to say, because some of the best beasts ever are from here, some of the most underappreciated, some that have great potential, and only one is actually not that great. And I wouldn't say it's bad, it's just okay. So with that, yeah, that's it. That's Series 9. So with that, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press the notification bell down in the corner below, and I'll see you next time.